Hello students, today I am going to start to teach computer of class 6th. Chapter number is 1. That name is computer languages. In this chapter, previous topics I have already taught you in previous videos. You can watch it clearly and understand the chapter properly. In this video, we will discuss about high level languages. Okay, so let's start. High level languages. Third generation computer languages. 3GLS. Before we start, I want to remind you students, I have already told you about low level languages in previous video. You should watch it clearly so you can understand the first generation computer languages and the second generation computer languages. After that you can watch it to understand third generation computer languages. It is also called 3GLS. So let's start. The limitation in the lower level languages led to development of high level languages, the limit which were independent of the computer in use. As we all know that according to time, the generation of the computers change, as well as the generation of the language of the computer also change time to time. Okay, so after lower level languages, higher level languages also invented. Then after these languages reduce the calculation of the computer system. So let's start. These computers used English words and or mathematical symbols rather than mnemonic codes. As we know that in previous generation computer languages, the 0 and 1, it means binary code were used. Then after in second generation numeric codes were used, and after the third generation computer, in the third generation computer, the mnemonic codes are not used. In this generation, the mostly computer language use English words or mathematical symbols. Okay, each instruction in the high level languages is then translated into many machine languages instructions that the computer can understand by using translator programs. So in this generation, translator programs also used to translate high level language into many machine languages. Okay, because after translation, computer can understand the language properly. A program written in a high level language can be translated into many machine languages. So students, a program which is written in computer language, and which is also we can say that high level language, and it would translated into many machine languages, so the computer can understand the properly language. Okay, unlike assembly programs, high level language programs could be used with different makes of computer with little or no modification. It means assembly programs are not used in high level language. Okay, so program could be used with a different makes of computer with low little or no modification. So there is no modification in third generation computers. Only we can say that English words or mathematical symbols were used in place of mnemonic codes. Understand? Now, thus programming expense got greatly reduced whenever a new equipment was acquired. Okay, programming expenses were increased according to the equipments they required. Okay, these languages require less time to write and therefore easier to document and maintain. According to this generation, the language written in this generation were easy to write and therefore easier to document and maintain. Okay, and these languages are easy and they take less time to write. Okay, so the example of the high level language, we can say that third generation computer language are BASIC, Fortran, COBOL, C, Java, are some of the most popular high-level languages. Python, Ruby, and Perl are some advanced 3GLS. These are advanced 3GLS, means third generation computer languages. Okay. Now, fourth generation computer language, we can say that 4GLS. The fourth generation programming language 4GLS are easier to use than 3GL. So students, the fourth generation programming languages are easy to write, to understand than the 3GLS. It means third generation computer language. Understand? They are closer to human language than other high level language and therefore can be used by people without formal training as programmer. So we can say that it is very easy languages, so that the people can understand it properly very easily. They do not get any formal training to understand these language. Understand? And the language in the fourth generation computer language are very closer to human language because human can understand the language. Most fourth generation language do not have any fixed format to code. In this language there are no much code, as we have studied about first, second and third generation computer. In that generation there were many codes were used, but in the fourth generation computer there are no have any fixed format to code. Understand? Therefore the user and programmer just indicate the results they want and the computer determines the sequence of instructions that will achieve those results. So in fourth generation computer languages, students, the instruction given into the computer were very easy and in sequence wise. So can computer determines the sequence of instruction and will get you a result according to the instructions. Understand? Thus they have user friendly interface. The fourth generation computer language has user friendly interface. User friendly means they are able to understand by the user of the computer. Okay, these languages may use a text based environment as in 3GL or may enable the programmer to work in a visual environment using graphical tools. Mostly in the fourth generation computer language, the graphics also used in place of codes because graphic tools were very easy to understand, to use the program easily. Understand? The fourth generation language have helped simplify the programming process. The fourth generation language also helped to simplify many programming processes. Understand? They were used this language to understand, to calculate the programs very easily. Database software package called DBase emerged as the first 4GL, which has now given way to Access database software package. It is also called, nowadays we can say that we have already know about MS Access. It is also a part of database. Some advanced 3GLs like Python, Ruby and Perl combines some 4GL ability. So we can say that 3GL languages like Python, Ruby and Perl, these have advanced quality of 4GL and they can also be used in 4GLS. Understand? So the ability of the Python, Ruby and Perl combine some 4GL ability with the general purpose of 3GL environment. Along 4GL feature have been developed as add-on for the most popular 3GLs, which has blurred the distinction between 4GL and 3GL. So these languages blurred the difference between 4GL and 3GL because these languages are advanced, so they can also be used in fourth generation computer language. Yeah, these are the example like Python, Ruby and Perl. These are the language which we used in fourth generation computer language also. Now, fifth generation computer language 5GLS. The fifth generation programming language is a logic language. These languages are logic language. It means the language used in fifth generation computer language were used to calculate, to solve any riddle, to make any decision regarding any program. It is a high level programming language that solves problems using constraints given in the program rather than using an algorithm written by a program. So these are very high advanced languages which we can use to solve any uh, problems regarding constraints in the program and the algorithm written by any programmer. Okay, algorithm means the calculation, okay, regarding arithmetic problems. These languages are used in research work on artificial intelligence. So students, the language of fifth generation computer language were mainly used in search of work on artificial intelligence. The example like Prolog, OPS5 and Mercury are the some example of fifth generation language. Understand, the chapter is finished. Now you can understand the chapter properly. If you want to understand this chapter again, then you can watch the videos regarding this chapter which I have already sent you. So have a good day. Thank you.